Hello. Welcome. Happy Monday. Hi. Oh my goodness, I left my menus on. Okay, I'm normal now. Hi, Emily. Hi, Aspera. Welcome, welcome. I am so... You like my crown? I feel like it's what I deserve at this point. I don't deserve my nice crown anymore. But yeah. I had a Monday. Work was pretty slow, which was good. I ate my leftovers. It's been really gray today. Yesterday, oh my god. Yesterday, it was really nice outside, and the day before that, it was like 80 degrees. And tonight, we're gonna get a wintry mix. So, how's climate change? It's real. I promise. So I'm just feeling kind of bleh because of how gray it is and cold. But I'll deal. So yeah. I hope all of you are having a nice night. Wintry mix sounds like a nice dessert. It does, but it's actually rain and sleet and snow. Because it's raining, but it's like just at the freezing temperature, so it could turn into anything. And it's bad for the roads, and it's bad for the me. I promise I'm not sleepy. I'm just in a weird yawny mood. Anyway. Bad for the power lines, yeah. If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. My name is Kat. Well, I'm the Bakkat, but you can call me Kat. I'm a VTuber, variety streamer, and a little fella in your computer. I use she, her, they, them pronouns. You can use them interchangeably if you'd like. This is an 18+ stream, so if you're a little child, can't be here. Sorry. Scheme's Power is out tonight. I've heard a bunch of people's power is out. Just because, like, there's a huge thunderstorm working its way up, more north from here. But... Oh, it was a truck! That sucks! Well, I hope it gets fixed for them soon. What did I say? 18+, okay. Congrats on new pro bound. Thank you. Well, I've always had these pro bounds. I just... Congrats on the gender moment. I feel like I've said this before. Okay. Well, regardless. It's okay. I'm just like, did I not mention it before? Heck. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I have Twitter, I got a Tumblr, I got a Discord you can join. That's pretty much it. If you want to support me, there are a couple ways you can do that, some of which are free. You can always, watch the stream. You can always tell your friends about it. You can take clips of stuff you find funny. You can share those clips around. You can, follow the stream and get access to a bunch of my emotes that you can use in my chat. You can sub and get access to even more emotes that you can use wherever you'd like. And get me closer to getting you more emote slots so you can have more emotes. You can cheer with bits. I got alerts for that. You can tip directly. There's a button in my description that says support the stream. You can click on that and send me a direct tip, and Jeff Bezos won't touch your money, and I get 100% of it, and it's awesome. But not required of you. That's it. I also have a throne. I don't talk about it much, but I have one. Donut Moth just became a partner with Throne, and a lot of VTubers I follow are part of Donut Moth, or have merch on Donut Moth, which is a independently run VTuber merch sale site thing. They manufacture merch for VTubers. So they partnered with Throne, so now it's easy to put stuff from their store on your Throne so other people can get it for you. I really like the work ethic they've got. It's really cool to see that they're always like coming up with new stuff. It's nice. Alright, tonight we will be continuing I want a Mephisto titty mousepad. See, I don't know Mephisto very well, so I felt it would be weird if I just got a titty mousepad of somebody I don't know or watch all that much. But I like that it exists. I think that's cool. Tonight we are going to be continuing King of the Castle. You don't either, but he's cool. Okay. I mean, I could always use a new mousepad for my work desk. We're gonna be continuing off from last week. We finished our game in the middle, so I'll still be the same monarch. But yeah, if you weren't here last time, you can just join the game midway. I will boot up the game and explain that. And I'll turn off this here music. I'll change scene too. It's thinking about opening the game. Oh wait, you're not supposed to be here. And this isn't supposed to be here either. Get that badge out of here. Okay, change the window to castle. So there's a lot of reading in this game, and I'm going to be reading to you because he's here. Well, that solves that. Oh my god, I should get him a little jester hat. Hang on. This is important. Jester hat. Images. These are all on people. Tools, type, color, transparent. Yes. Let's go. Only JPEG and pings are, it's a fucking. Okay. How about this one? There we go. Please hold. Image. I'll just use the badge. Oh, I deleted it. Okay. Great, new. Hat. Just for my... Sure. Oh, he's gonna look great. Look at him! He's my little jingly court jester! He looks great. Okay. Jubber. Hi, B. Alright, so I did make the screen a little bigger. It's still going to be hard to read, so I will be reading as much as I can to you. Because they didn't... The sucky thing is, there's an update that comes out tomorrow that's gonna focus on, like, balance for the Monarch. And I'm not streaming tomorrow because I have to cook dinner. So, we'll have to see what the update has in it next time. But, let's start. Alright, this is my ex-wife. This woman married me when we started this game, and then I died, and now she has taken over the throne and is maybe doing a decent job. I forget. Alright, so if you want to join the game, type !join and then the pronoun of your choice. So he, she, or they. And then, if you've played in this game specifically before, you'll be put back into the kingdom that you were in. If you haven't, you will be automatically resorted in, or like replaced into the kingdom you were in the first time. And you can do this at any time. It doesn't have to be while we're on this screen. Which I think is pretty cool. Just your hat. There we go. Get it a little off kilter. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so that put Graves in the Counts of the East. So I think for balancing reasons, if Floppy were to join, they would get put into the Chiefs of the North. Yep, that's how it works. Okay, cool. Let us begin. Okay, so the he pronoun is not yours. I get it now. Oh, yes, I'm sorry. No, I don't use he pronouns. That's for instructions for joining. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if that was confusing. I was just, because some people were trying to join with he/him, and it didn't work. So I was just trying to alleviate that. Thank you. Okay. So, here is the kingdom as it stands currently. We got 6 stability, 7 authority. That's a pretty good place to be. If either the treasury, the authority, or the stability falls to 0, I lose. I'm killed. What I want, what my kingly or monarchly goal is doing, or wants, is to increase trade. So I need to boost the 3 kingdoms here in the different colors to higher numbers. Right now, the patricians are trying to tank the chief's trade and the count's trade and raise their own trade. The chiefs are trying to raise the count's trade and the patrician's trade. They want, can I actually see the progress on this? No. And the counts want a strong military. They want their military to be at level 10. I'm gonna take care of this heir thing first, because I would like one. Your quest for an heir is finally complete. You stand before the council holding a small child in your arms. Should I die, I ask that my crown be passed to... Council hall is filled with nervous silence. I think I had a girl last time. My daughter. Girl boss. The assembled nobles break out in a polite applause. By designating an heir, you've cemented the stability of the kingdom. Your august majesty, may I be the first to congratulate you on the birth of your daughter. What is her name? Avina II. Most excellent, your august majesty. I'm sure little Avina II will grow up to be a chip off the old block. Hooray! Up there's Oploppy. Your Majesty, I heard you spoke to a group of foreign bounty hunters recently. Did I marry in this game? I did. I don't remember to whom. I think I married within the counts. To keep them happy. They turned up here looking for a fugitive of some kind, yes? Well, they found her. That sounds like good news. They caused quite a ruckus. Burned down a whole tavern. Something to do with this so-called gunpowder. Oploppy does look kind of good. It's got a thing for purple. I like purple! I like pink and I like purple. I'm reliving my childhood because when I was a kid, I was like, I hate pink. Pink is for sissy girls. And now I'm like, pink is the best color. And purple. Okay, so the trade in the north has gone down. Because of this fight that broke out. So your trade is now a 2. Which the patricians want. You did that pink thing too? I think a lot of people who were raised as young girls had that that feeling. Like they were just very against anti-pink. And now I'm like, everything has to be pink. Everything, my office is pink, except, and it has a dark purple accent wall. Now the bounty hunters and the refugee ship captain are sitting in my dungeons. Pink hater to NB trans pipeline. Yeah? I was hoping you might take them off my hands. Okay, we're gonna vote. So, what should we do with the bounty hunters? They've been apprehended in the north while searching for Oraid. What should be done with them? A, don't vote yet. I'll tell you when to vote, but these are your options because the bitrate makes it hard to read these, and I'm just gonna read them off for you. A, release the hunters and allow them to take Oraid. B, transfer all the prisoners to the Queen's dungeons. This lowers defiance. I'm not sure with whom. C, release them all and make them go their separate ways, which would put 600 coins in the royal treasury. I don't really feel like I need to veto any of these, so I'll just let you vote. Now, it says there's a time limit on voting, but there actually isn't. Voting stops when I say so. To vote, you just type !vote and then the letter choice that you would like to make. I just can't stop voting earlier than 30 seconds. Because I remember I actually looked through the reviews of the game the other day, looking for people are people complaining about the timer? And it turns out the timer doesn't matter unless you want voting to be over at a certain point because things are going your way. Who was other green? Oh, B. Well, B can't really turn the tide here unless they want C. So I'm gonna stop voting. And I know B's been having internet connection issues. My internet's still shit, so don't wait for me. I know, but I want to be nice. Chief Obloppy releases the prisoners, transferring Oraid to the bounty hunter's custody. As you hear it, the relieved Kurth hunters promise to thank you personally. Hooray! Oh, here's Emmy. Your Majesty, the scholars and great thinkers of the East have invented a new farming implement. Some kind of horse-drawn machine that automatically reaps and threshes grain. They call it a wheat eater, and it's revolutionizing agriculture. Farming in the East is now abundant. Chat is over their face? Oh, it was. But now it's okay. Weed eater. Wasn't that a VeggieTales bit? The humor of the future? Humor of the future will be randomly generated, and they ask a robot to tell them a knock-knock joke. Or no, just a regular joke. Why did the chicken cross the road? And the robot says wheat eater or weed eater, and that was the punchline. It was supposed to be funny. Yeah, that's the randomly generated comedy bit. Yeah. We were just watching the VeggieTales Jonah movie digital dailies the other day because I remembered it being really funny when I was 11. It's not that fun. It's fine, but it's like 15 minutes. It would be of great use to us in the north. It's 15 minutes long. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Our farms are struggling to keep up with demand, you know. We'll not share the designs with the likes of you, Northern Leech. Our people worked hard on that machine. We deserve to reap its rewards, not you. Me when I'm fucking reaping. Okay, time to vote. A. Force the counts to distribute the designs. This will raise defiance in the east, most likely, and raise farming in the north. B. Compensate the counts for the invention and share it with the other regions. That will put wealth in the counts' pockets, so, so Graves and Espera will get 150 gold from the royal treasury, and it'll raise farming in the north. C. Leave the machines in the east only, which will raise defiance and in the north and farming in the east. D. Halt the production of these machines. They're an affront to honest farmers everywhere, which will lower defense, raise defiance, lower farming, and raise faith. Well, I'm vetoing D because I think that's dumb. I like machines. Okay, so A, force the counts to distribute the designs. B, compensate the counts for the invention and share it with the other regions. C, leave the machines in the east only. Vote. It's funny in the sense that the characters are all keeping character and trying to explain the CGI glitches within the logic of the universe. Yeah, the way I interpreted it as a child was that they were making, like, I thought it was a little more about the process and not so much about, like, them trying to explain it in universe. Okay, all the votes are in. We're compensating the counts, sharing it with the other regions. I think that was the good play. Well done, Council. A fair price, I suppose. Some counts' wealth has increased. Treasury is now 1450. Oh, that cost me a fair bit. Rewarded for their ingenuity, the counts are satisfied, as is everyone else, who produce brand new wheat eaters for their farms at lightning speed. Yeah, the north and the coast, their farming went up by 2. That's really good for them. It doesn't help trade, though. I would have thought good farming would be good for trade, but... Alright, it's time to end the season. Okay. We're going to have an auction. Now, if you're watching on desktop, you'll have a little extension that'll show you how much money you have. If you don't, I can tell you how much money you have. So I'm going to do that now. Graves has 1150 gold. Oplopi has 1000 gold. Espera has 850 gold. Emily has 850 gold. Espera has 850. I thought I said 150, which is wrong. It's 850. Jem has 200 gold, and B has 100 gold. We are going to do an auction. When I start, everyone is going to type !fund X, where X is the character code of the building that you would like to fund, and Y is the amount of money that you're pledging. And the top 2 funded buildings will be built, and they'll affect our stats. So, the Aqueduct, Selection A, will increase farming for the Chiefs. Selection B, the Cathedral, will increase faith for the Chiefs. C, the Fortress, will increase military for the Counts, which, reminder, they're trying to get a score of 10, and they're at 8. It'll go up by 1 if they get this building. The Monument, D, will increase authority for me. Teehee. E is the Grand Bazaar, which will increase trade, which I want, the Chiefs want, and the Patricians don't want. And the observatory will lower faith for the patricians. Which doesn't seem to have any effect on any goals right now. But yeah, keep in mind what you would like, and go! A lot of these are kind of meh. Like, they threw in a couple faith ones, I think, to, and mess with us a little bit. Food is good, yeah. We love farms. Damn, you love that fortress, huh? Okay. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, you're a little poor, Bee, but I think come tax time, maybe the patricians will get a little bit of extra money. Okay, so the Grand Bazaar has been funded, so trade has gone up. And the Count's military has also gone up. Okay. Perth's gratitude. Your Majesty, good to see you again. We wish to thank you for clemency when your vassal, Chief Oplapi, apprehended us. Handing Oreed over was most wise of you. As a token of Kurth goodwill, we'd like to share a portion of the reward. Take the coin. You respectfully accept the gold as well as the thanks of the Republic of Kurth. Bounty hunters bid you farewell, wishing you long life and good health. I might regret that. At the start of your reign, you said you wanted to be the architect of a new golden age. But so far, you've not convinced anyone. The kingdom's trade is still lackluster, Your Majesty. Golden age? More like bronze or maybe copper. Oh, so that just raised all your defiances. Your current ambition isn't working out for you. If you want to stop the nobles from overthrowing you, you need to pivot. Change your image. I'm not 100% sure how this game works. Well, the crown just got money. But not you. You are all playing as nobles that are heads of the 3 kingdoms on the left here that I reside over, or preside over. So each of them has a person that they want to usurp the throne, and they are scheming against me. So you each have your own specific goals that you're trying to reach, that when you reach them, you can overthrow me, or you can also rebel when your defiance is high enough. And you can, like, if that succeeds for you, you can also win that way. Your other advisors have some ideas. We should crush those disloyal nobles, smash their armies, and force them to submit. Your Majesty, if you help us spread the zeal of the 9th God, the Church will lend our full support. With the backing of the Church, the nobles won't dare move against you. The common folk are a sleeping giant that not even the nobles are afraid to wake. If you become beloved by the peasants, the nobles won't dare overthrow you for fear of revolution. Here's another idea. Declare war on the Ashmedan Empire. The nobles will forget their schemes if you win. Oh. Well, being beloved by the common folk seems certainly achievable. Stability and farming are doing great right now, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna pivot. A wise decision, Your Majesty. I'll begin recruiting town criers to shout about your achievements to the masses. But first, You need some actual achievements. Your priority is to raise the kingdom's stability and overall farming as much as you can. And of course, there can't be open rebellion among the nobles. So far, y'all aren't in a position to rebel. Your defiance, I think, has to be 7 or higher. So I need to be careful with the choices I make, but you need to be careful not to raise the ire of the other kingdoms so that they might have a chance to rebel. Your Highness, a blacksmith in the east has come up with some sort of printing contraption. Instead of relying on the painstaking effort of scribes, it produces 100 copies of text an hour. How remarkable. Yes, Your Grace, isn't technology wonderful? Don't you see how dangerous this is? Books should stay in churches and universities, or else commoners will start getting ideas. Let's vote. Should the council suppress this dangerous new technology? A. Allow printing presses to be used by the masses, which will cause a change in defiance, so some numbers will go up, some will go down. Will increase trade by a fair deal. It will lower stability and lower authority. Only the church may use printing presses, which has a 50% chance of succeeding based on our faith stat. C. Only the university may use printing presses. This will raise stability, increase trade, increase farming, and lower authority. D. Forbid the use of printing presses altogether, which has a 55% chance of working based on my authority stat. Well, I don't like this one. So, you can only choose A, B, or C. Go for it. You damn socialists. No, okay, that's what my heart would have chosen. Too. I'm interested to see how it would have raised farming. I love being controversial. You're going to regret this one day, Your Esteemed Highness. Ignorance is the only thing keeping the common folk in line. Defiance is now mutinous. Nonsense! You're just jealous. Defiance is now aloof. In the east. The purple fellows. In the end, both are right. The coast develops a thriving publishing industry, but as more and more books are printed, radical ideas start to spread. Trade is now dynamic. Ideas like, maybe peasants deserve rights, and should we even have a queen at all? I don't like that! Oh well, time to end the season. Oh, it looks like the chiefs have reached part of their goal. Back in the north, Chief Scheming Miner is hosting yet another feast at his clan hall. Scheming isn't even here. Meat is being passed around a good measure and some chiefs are dancing on the tables. That can only mean two things. Really good news or really bad news. Sleepy Sprout, pass me the drink. You old lout, I'm drinking until my ancestors feel it. Were those ice giants I saw on my way through your lands? Have we really done it? Your eyes don't deceive you, lad. They'll be marching with us come the morrow. The gods are good. What happens after the ice giants march? Acts of my ancestors, I hadn't thought about that. Someone fetch me another drink, then assemble the other chiefs. Quickly, damn you. Oh, only chiefs can vote on this. Should you A, let the ice giants fight alone and swoop into the kingdom's rescue, or B, march with the giants and devastate the kingdom? For A, your goal would be to lower my authority, and for B, your goal would be to lower stability. Are you gonna vote, Emily? Yay, a tie! Okay, so it just picks a random one, because I can't choose what your scheme is. There won't be much left of the palace after this, but we'll build a new one, bigger and fancier, with more bones! More bones! Ale sloshes all over the floor as Chief Scheming Miner teeters on the edge of a bench. Either way, we'll sort it out when we're done pillaging. For now, let's party! We do need to make sure the kingdom is sufficiently unstable, don't forget, or they'll unite and repel us, ice giants or no. For the final stage of their scheme, the chiefs must lower stability to 4 or less. Sitting on a bench outside a sun-bleached villa, 2 patricians of the coast meet to plot their latest scheme. Hang on, I have to sneeze. Okay. Thank you. Our profits are down. Our companies are becoming outcompeted by the damn counts of all people. How could this happen? The patrician's aim is to have the highest trade. You almost have the highest trade. Okay, it's tax time. The counts clear some woodland to build new mills, making 500 wealth. The other nobles gain 200 wealth. So I could do a common tax, which taxes everybody the same. Or I could give the patricians a little bit of a break, because they don't have any money. And I kind of want to get in on that woodland bonus. So I'm going to tax them more. Ambition, beloved. What's this about? Your Majesty, the common folk are swayed as easily as a dandelion in a gale. I'm confident we can make them adore you. This will be the biggest public relations campaign the kingdom has ever seen. You'll tour the kingdom giving speeches. Town criers will declaim your great deeds from every corner. Can't we do things to actually help people? The nobles will never accept it. You need to secure your hold on power. Then you can pass whatever reforms you like. We're helped by the fact that the kingdom is harmonious. It's important that we keep it that way. And we must also keep something else in mind. A hungry peasant is never happy with their queen. Luckily, the land is bountiful right now. If the peasants remain comfortable and well-fed, you'll win their devotion for sure. Your goal is to raise the kingdom's overall stability in farming as much as you can. Let's fuck them up! No! A red blood comet was spotted in the night sky over the north, Your Majesty. The villagers are claiming it is a terrible omen. The common folk are on the verge of panic. Is there anything I can do? I could try to tell the church to dispel such baseless superstitions, which has a 5% chance of working. I could tell them there's nothing to worry about, which has a 45% chance of working. It's kind of my best chance right now. Fuck. Deliver a speech reassuring the peasants of the north that the comet isn't a good or bad thing. Just a thing. Probably the ninth god riding a chariot or whatever. Unfortunately, the peasants don't believe a word of it. Your reassurances only panic them further. For a few weeks, the north is gripped by panic. Riots break out in the streets. Soothsayers wander the land, foretelling doom. That's not good. I need my stability higher. I don't mean to exaggerate, Your Serene Highness, but I believe I have pioneered the most incredible invention in the history of mankind. I was hosting a small party, playing cards with some old friends. I called for a servant to bring me something to eat that was both tasty and convenient, as my hands were occupied. What my servant brought me that evening will change the world forever, your esteemed highness. Show me! Behold! He holds in the air a plate. Atop the plate are 2 slices of bread with a piece of meat wedged between them. It allows the hungry noble to consume 2 slices of bread plus meat all at once, saving valuable time. Meanwhile, the bread serves as an impregnable barrier, preventing one's hands from being besmirched by meaty juices. Breathtaking. Naturally, since this is my invention, I propose we name it after me. This is how sandwiches were invented, by the way. Like, that's why they're called that. Because it was the Earl of Sandwich. In a few years' time, I expect everyone to be enjoying a nice Strategist 9 for lunch. But naturally, this innovation cannot be made available for free. Every time a Strategist 9 is consumed, I expect a small royalty payment. Oh my god. Should Strategist 9 receive royalties for the consumption of a Strategist 9? A. Yes. Give Strategist 9 the royalties he deserves. This would lower defiance. There would be a trade-off of wealth and would lower trade. No! Strategist 9s are too delicious to be controlled. This would raise defiance and raise trade. C. What's my favorite Strategist 9, Cat? Oh, probably a meatball or a Philly cheesesteak Strategist 9. I'm trying to think of like what my actual favorite sandwich is, because I don't. Right now, I'm on a very anti lunch meat kick. I don't like the wet cold meat, but I do like a cheesesteak. Strategist 9 shall receive a one-time reward from the treasury instead, which will increase B's wealth by 750 gold. Lower the treasury, and increase trade. D. The servant should be rewarded instead. What was his name again? Okay. I can veto one of these. God, I don't even know. I don't want defiance to go up, but I shouldn't have said that. I don't want people mad at me over this. Alright, I'm not gonna veto any of them. Vote. This is insane. Very modest, B. Glad you're accepting your one-time payment. Alright. Looks like we're going to make people angry. Holy tit! That raised it a lot. By all that glitters, he wouldn't have invented this snack if I hadn't specifically requested a convenient meal. Despite Lord Patrician Strategist 9's protestations, a servant is brought before you. Hello, Your Majesty. Most people call me Footlong, due to my large feet. Footlong. I like the sound of that. It is decided. Henceforth, this innovative dish shall be known as a footlong. Footlongs prove a massively powerful luncheon. I hope you're ready for a massively powerful luncheon. Bakeries spring up across the coast, experimenting with new ingredients. Turns out you can put almost anything between 2 pieces of bread. Oh, shit. I don't like feet. Stop. Hey, so you just got the highest trade. Sitting on a bench outside a sun-bleached villa, 2 patricians of the coast meet to plot their latest scheme. Let me show you something. These documents represent the accumulated debts of all the other regions in the kingdom. How did you manage that? I thought they'd know better than to accept loans from us. Oh, they did. But there are plenty of independent moneylenders that they've taken loans from over the years. Banks in Kurth, Atesh, and Tevalin. I bought up all those debts for myself. Genius. So now the chiefs and counts owe us half their wealth, and the queen owes us absolutely everything? Indeed. All that's left is to decide what to do when it's time to collect. Alright, patricians, time to vote. How should you take advantage of the debts you're owed? A. Graciously forgive all debts in exchange for the throne. Your goal would be to raise stability. B. Squeeze every last drop of gold from the kingdom. Goal. Raise own military. Oh. Okay. Wait, I'm trying to raise stability. Hey, you can't do the same thing as me. The peaceful solution. I like it. For this to work, the kingdom must be stable. If the rule of law collapses, nobody will care about paying their debts anyway. Agreed. What do you think, my soon-to-be queen? It's not the way I'd choose to ascend to the throne, but it's a damn sight better than sitting around my villa twiddling my thumbs. For the final stage of their scheme, the patricians must raise stability to at least 7. So you're both fighting over stability. The chiefs and the patricians are. And the counts just need to raise their military by 1. Oh, reverse voting is always fun. I don't need it anonymous voting, because with 6 of you, it really doesn't, like, it doesn't matter. Okay, 2 of you, 2 kingdoms can rebel at this point. If you decide that you want to rebel, hang on. Rebelling will stop the region from advancing their scheme, right? So if you're rebelling, you can't... The fact that you're fighting over stability right now won't matter. It'll, like, your scheme will stop. And they can't be taxed or take part in normal votes. So if you rebel, you can't vote. Think about that. If you would like to rebel, type !rebel. Or don't. Hurry up, Your Majesty, you have another speech to give. Get me my fancy robes! Get the queen her fancy robes! You're hustled out onto your palace balcony, below which a sea of expectant and unwashed faces gaze up at you. As you step out into view, they erupt in cheers. Hats are thrown into the air. Someone faints with joy. Everywhere you've gone, you've met the same reception. The public like you. They really like you. But you need to turn that into love. Give my speech. No! As you launch into your speech, the peasants start to chat amongst themselves. Half the crowd drifts away in dribs and drabs. You don't make much of an impression. Oh dear. Better luck next time, Your Majesty. The more of these speeches you give, the better you'll be received. To improve your chances of victory, focus on increasing the kingdom's stability and farming as much as possible in the next 2 seasons. The challenge will decrease in difficulty with each failed attempt. Well, that's nice. I should have started a sing-song. I should have. Your Majesty, I have an idea. The best since lined parchment, I dare say. An expedition. To Chur. Chur? Who's that? The vastness of Chur, Your Majesty. The great unexplored and untamed continent far across the eastern sea. Chur! You have a lot of wealth at the moment, Your Highness. It's just sitting around collecting dust. Why not make a sound investment and send explorers to Chur? Who knows what they might find? Treasure? Rare materials? Ancient history? A new disease? She's a bit too animated when she says the word disease. I don't know if I want this. I'm not wasting money on such a risk. She looks crestfallen, but nods curtly. Very well, Your Highness. Your pile of gold will remain a pile. Perhaps another time. Yeah, that's right. Also, if you want to rebel, both the people in your kingdom have to agree. Without a word, Countess Esperata Cat 2 hands you a blood-red envelope. It is sealed with white wax in the shape of a skull. Inside is a beautifully written invitation to an event called the Crimson Vigil, due to take place on an autumn night later in the year. What is this all about? I can say no more. Must choose whether to accept our invitation or to decline it. Well, since you're not explaining anything, I guess I'll well... I am curious. I will see you next at the vigil, Your Majesty. Watch this, like, kill me instantly. Alright. I have to run ads, so before we end the season, I'm gonna take a little break, and I'll be back in 3 minutes. See you then. Okay. Thank you for being patient. Let us end the season. Your Majesty, these upstarts are saying they have a right to your throne. No doubt the nobles are already scheming to crown their region's preferred claimant. Okay, so everyone is on stage 3 of their scheme. The chiefs want stability under 4, or like at 4 or less. Patricians want stability at 7 or more. And the counts want their military to be at least 10. Our claimant is another Avini. Yeah. It's a weird extra. Hi, maidens. Don't forget to join. Rejoin up. And I have my heir, my little baby. Yep, okay. Looks like you're in. Okay. Easing the tension. I could do some of that. Your Majesty, nobles of the council. Tensions are running high, but the kingdom itself is stable. Perhaps it's time we forget our past troubles and come together as friends. Yeah! What do you have in mind, Chancellor? We could exchange gifts, or hold a friendly competition. A fashion show, perhaps. Or a game of riddles. Your Majesty, why don't we hold a vote on a team-building exercise to help you and the council trust each other again? Okay. Well, I'm vetoing this is a stupid idea because... Okay. What do we want to do? A, an exchange of gifts. B, a friendly fashion competition. Or C, a game of riddles could be fun. It'll either be free or not free. Trust fall! And I fall down the stairs. I fall out the window. Damn, you guys love riddles. As the saying goes, riddle me tits. Wonderful. I'll make the arrangements at once. The nobles can work together on the riddles with a hefty cash prize if they get it right. The nobles of the council begin murmuring. This is a chance to provide the sharpness of their wits. Or prove the sharpness of their wits. They better brush up on their riddles. Noble kidnapped. Uh-oh. Your Greatness, the loyal and noble Chief Sleepy Sprout ZZZ has been taken hostage. Kidnapped? What do you mean? It's some criminal organization. These horrid miscreants demand gold and safe passage to Ashmead in exchange for Sleepy Sprout ZZZ's return. What should we do? He just got here. Should we A, pay the ransom for Chief Sleepy Sprout ZZZ's release? B, send the North's troops after the kidnappers, which has 100% of success based on their military stat. Or C, ignore the letter. Who wouldn't want to save maidens? You're right. I want to save maidens. Mainly because it looks like it'll work. Does maidens get to vote? I think they do. Or I think he does. No! Okay. Oh, you missed a space. Try it and see if it works. Even though the timer has run out, I can keep voting open for as long as I want. Yeah, it worked. Okay, you're voting from prison. The outlaws are no match for the Norse forces, which rush to Maiden's aid. Defiance is now aggrieved. Authority is now credible. Haha, you can't rebel anymore! During their raid, northern fighters have even recovered a hoard of gold and gems, shared between the treasury and the chiefs. Oh shit, I got a decent amount of cash. And the chiefs got some money. Your Highness, I'm stunned, outraged, and incensed. I've been summoned to trial by the Inquisition on some nonsense, fabricated charge. They're saying a group of church missionaries went missing near my lands. The weather's cold around here. Anything could have happened to them. No one dares defend me on their own. They're too scared of the High Inquisitor. The trial is set, but the Council must intervene, Your Majesty. Though she remains silent, the Council is keenly aware of the High Inquisitor's steely gaze from across the chamber. How will the Council handle the accused? A. Search for a witness to defend Chief Emigami 2. 50% chance of that working based on stability. B. Help the Inquisition gather evidence against Emigami 2. 40% chance of that working based on faith. C. Suggest they pray for a good outcome. There's just a straight up 50% chance of this working. Well. Vote. Yeah, God is pretty 50-50. Yay, friendship. I mean, it's a 50-50 either way. Bing bang. You distribute a proclamation among the chiefs asking for witnesses of Emigami 2's innocence. Oh god. Oh my god! But from fear of church reprisal or distrust of the crown, no one comes forward. During the trial, Emigami 2 crumbles and can barely argue for their own innocence. Unsmiling, the High Inquisitor orders them taken away and thrown in the Inquisition's special dungeons. Chief Emigami 2 has been imprisoned. Chief Emigami 3 has joined the council. I have to end the season now. Hey, an auction. Hey, there's a library here for sale. If you don't want the chiefs to win, you might consider getting the library. Actually, the library will take it to 4. It has to be less than 4, I think. So yeah, consider that. Oh god. No, I didn't start it yet. It's 4 or less. The aqueduct will raise farming for the patricians. Okay, well, I'll just start the auction then. The Grampus... I know what's happening. I know. Yeah, the prison will lower stability because we love prison. Fun C69. Awesome. Thank you for funding the Grand Bazaar. Oh, that prison's gonna kick me in the ass. surprised you guys didn't want the fortress. Because that would have won for the counts. Continue to rebellion report. Okay. Yep. Here it is. The end of the world feels like any other day, really. The only thing you notice is that all the chiefs are missing from their benches. The council waits for no one, and they're probably out getting drunk anyway. And that is only the first of many reasons why, Your August Majesty, the coast will no longer be able to meet our previous commitments to the corn bushel tax. Your marshal burst through the door, a panicked look on her face. Giants! Ice giants in the coast! Lord Patrician Strategist 9's eyes suddenly go wide. Your spy master gives you a subtle nod. This is just as she predicted. What about the chief's warriors? It's not clear. Either the giants slaughtered them, or the chief let them pass through unhindered. Regardless, it spells doom. Ice giants in the kingdom are nothing more than northern myth. No one's seen them outside the frozen wastes in centuries. My own eyes tell me different. Our troops are up to the task, Your Grace. By the blood of the dead... By the blood of the dead, we will save the kingdom. This is the fault of the chiefs, Your Highness. Their lack of devotion to the ninth god has doomed us all. Only he can save us now. Yeah, great. Everyone calm down. Before you can get a word in edgewise, someone else pipes up. Potentially we could appease them with some tribute. The wealthy counts could certainly afford to hand some over. Seventh, take us. What gives you the right to offer us up like a stuffed goose? Why not let them ravage the coast while we're at it? I'm sure the patricians could survive it. That is totally and utterly out of the question. Everyone, please, calm yourselves. You are in the presence of the Queen, need I remind you? Now then, Your Majesty. Oh. Well. We should attack the giants with all our might. Will be done, Your Highness. Your remaining non-chief forces head north immediately to meet the ice giants on the battlefield. The counts at their head. Oh fuck. Your lines shatter against the giants' assault. Soldiers flee in terror as giants crush their comrades underfoot or rip them apart with their bare hands. Yeah. The faithless chiefs fighting beside the terrifying monsters reinforce their lines and hound your remaining forces all the way to the capital, looting and pillaging as they go. The ice giants arrive outside the capital flanked by triumphant chiefs. They've put aside their differences to bring you down. It's almost flattering. At the same time, a storm batters your walls, as if it called down from the north by the chiefs to herald their victory. Flee for my life. Your marshal organizes an escape. Your honor guard are sent with you, out through the southern gates of the city. But it's not long before you're ambushed on the road by a host of northern warriors, who slaughter your guardians and drag you before their leader, Chief Scheming Miner. Aha! There you are. Thought you could escape, did you? I should have known this was your doing. Aye, you should have. You should have done many things, Queen. Now here we are. That's when you see it, rising out of the mist like a lighthouse with anchors for hands. An ice giant looms behind Chief Scheming Miner, who wears a terrible grin. The flesh feaster awaits, Your Majesty. As Scheming Miner turns away, the giant approaches, picking you up with its hand as if you were a discarded piece of cake. You shut your eyes and pray to the ninth god that ice giants don't like to play with their food. It's over! The chiefs are victorious. Queen Avina's glorious reign ended in a giant's stomach. The next day, Chief Scheming Miner picked through its droppings in search of a crown. Ew! The Count's attempt to worm their way into the palace was uncovered, and a number of arrests were made. Countess Yukijo, too, ended her life chained upside down to a dungeon wall. Jesus! The patricians failed to turn the kingdom's debts against it, and the moment had passed. Ever practical, they set about collecting interest and hoarding wealth, waiting for the time to scheme once more. Once the war with the ice giants was won, the chiefs were heralded as the saviors of the kingdom. Ulf was crowned in much pomp and ceremony. Any whispers that the chiefs had arranged the giants' attack were squashed with extreme prejudice. Okay. The wealthiest noble was Maidens. I don't know why. Graves was the poorest noble. You ended the game with 250 gold because you spent it all on, buildings. Joe is a 3 now too, yeah. Okay. You didn't know how this works? It's okay. How about we start a new dynasty? Because I think we've had some fun with this one. But I think we can do a new one. So we will start again. And we'll do the Mount Moon Dynasty again. Oh yeah, motivation for buying the game, it's $5. You'll appear in the story more often. And you can also change your avatar on your copy of the game, and it'll put the avatar that you made in the game, which is pretty cool. There are lots of customization options for the avatars. Okay. Let's pick some different regions this time. We're gonna have to copy one, but I kind of want to check out the Barons and the Grandees. But who do we want to be our third? The chiefs are honorable warriors renowned for their pagan religion and prowess in combat. The counts are ruthless aristocrats steeped in secrecy. Allegations of forbidden rituals are unproven. I vote we kick out the chiefs. Okay, so it's between the counts and the patricians. I feel like the counts have won. Oh, the patricians? Okay. We were known for our religion, but had a faith of one. Well, you're pagans. So your religion is actually against everyone else's. Okay. Type !join with your preferred pronoun, and you will be randomly sorted into one of these 3 regions. Your stats will be reset. The last game is no more. Also, when you own the game, you can make little custom banners for each of the regions, so that when you play, like, see the little icon by your name, you can change what that looks like. Which is pretty cool. Okay. Got our teams all even like. Let's start. Okay. Now these sorts of, let's fuck up my— No! Don't fuck me up! I'm new! Okay, these parts always play out the same, but, I'll read them. Your Majesty, I've scheduled your coronation to take place in a week's time. Why the hurry? To delay any longer would make the nobles restless, and when the nobles get restless, they take their daggers and look for the nearest back. Wouldn't want that, I suppose. As is tradition, the council will decide what happens at your coronation. Of course. Shall we call the nobles in? Okay. I'm vetoing this. That's not very nice. So A, host a lavish parade with jugglers and fountains of wine. B, force the commoners to swear a blood oath. Or D, The nobles must put on a vast banquet for the queen. You always veto that. You're gonna throw me in the river! Vote. Oh, the gaming board, you need to add your preferred pronoun after join. So it would be ! join, and then he, she, or they. Maybe it's because I'm stinky? That's not nice. I mean, it is medieval time, so I probably am. Oh, you're in, scheming. See, it added you to the count here. Force the commoners to swear a blood oath. What were you do- The gaming board distracted me. The common citizens of the capital lined up in a winding queue that loops along a dozen streets. River sounds kind of nice now, huh? Yeah. One by one, they are brought before your throne, bowing and scraping. After a bit of prodding from your watchman, each citizen slices their palm and smears their blood on your boots, swearing their eternal loyalty. No amount of scrubbing will save your shoes after this. Authority is now commanding. The last monarch to hold a blood oath ceremony was King Timey the Mad, who also once declared war on the color blue. Peasants mutter darkly that yet another tyrant sits the throne. Stability is now teetering. Whatever. Okay, gotta meet with the council. Yippee! Yippee! A pleasure, your serene highness. I hope to see our kingdom prosper and grow wealthy under your reign. At least this version of Emmy has red hair, like they do. May the ninth god bless your reign, your holiness. I trust you will conduct yourself with honor and faith. Premium nobles! This is a player who has bought King of the Castle. They can set their customizations, get access to special outfits, and appear more often in storylines. Wow! Fancy. Hail and well met, my liege. Under your leadership, we'll whip this kingdom into shape. It's a shiny banner. That the introductions are done. You sigh and sit back. Is this what the council is like? No wonder your father told you to avoid the throne at all costs. Your Majesty, the first few years of your reign are the most difficult. You're new and unproven. Nobles of the council will scheme against you, hoping to kick you off the throne and put their own puppet claimant in your place. Oh no! To defeat their schemes, you must secure an heir and prove that you are worthy of the crown by completing an ambition. My question is this: when you die, how do you want the kingdom to remember you? Well, as the mother of the nation. Interesting. Are you concerned for the welfare of the commoners? Or are you just hoping for a favorable passage in the history books? I suggest over the next few years, you focus on improving the kingdom's overall farming as much as possible. Once you have an heir, I will return to discuss how your ambition is progressing. Good luck, your majesty. Okay! That's the first season in the books. When have the barons of the March backed down from a fight? Never. I know you'll do whatever it takes to put me, your rightful queen, on the throne. Alright, barons, you are the only ones who can vote here. What scheme should the barons pursue to overthrow the new queen and place their preferred claimant, Yvette, on the throne? A. Subterfuge. B. Intimidation. C. Modernization, which would be to lower the other's military. B would be to raise others' defiance. Or A would be to lower stability. I don't think you're a baron, Obloppy. I think Jem is a baron, though. So, Jem, if you want to vote. There you go. I'm not paying attention. I can't see who's who right now. But I think Obloppy is a grandee. The barons plan to replace the queen's advisors with their own agents. First, they must prove they're doing a bad job. To advance their scheme, the barons must lower stability to 4 or less in 3 seasons. I see lower stability and I go, hee hee hee. Yeah? A false pretender occupies the throne while my claim is ignored. Grandees of the South, this is a stain on our honor. We must not allow it to go unanswered. Which scheme should the grandees pursue to overthrow the new queen and place their preferred claimant, Ernesta, on the throne? A. Witch hunt. Highest faith. B. Fervor. Goal, raise own farming. C. Excommunication. Lower stability. Obloppy going right for it. So only grandees can vote for this. Do we have, do we have 2 grandees or 3? Because there's 8 nobles. Oh, noble list. B, you can vote. I'm waiting just because there's a tie. There you go. Ba-ba! The grandees plan to persuade the archbishop to excommunicate the queen. First, they must lower royal credibility. To advance their scheme, the grandees must lower stability to 4 or less in 2 seasons. Oh no, they have that! Fellow patricians of the coast, my claim to the throne is far more legitimate than that of Queen Cat. Something must be done. Alright, patricians. How do you want to overthrow the queen? Doppelganger, lowest defiance. Monopoly, raise own trade. Corruption, lower authority. Yeah, this guy's got pink hair and a pink mustache. It's pretty cool. So our patricians are Graves and Emily. Okay, so it's gonna be random between these 2. Doppelganger, lowest defiance. The patricians plan to swap the real queen for a perfect doppelganger. First, they must gain the trust of the spy master. To advance their scheme, the patricians must be the region with the lowest defiance in 2 seasons. Interesting. So everyone, it looks like everyone has achieved their first bit of their scheme, but you have to hold this stat for 3 seasons, or however many seasons. So I get the next couple seasons to try to mess you guys up, or you guys can mess each other up, to keep you from, like, progressing. The Honor Guard. Now that you are a queen, you need personal protection. Why, I could plunge my sword in your heart right now. Please don't hurt me. The patricians with champion gladiators from the arena, the grandees with fierce battle nuns from the Sisterhood of Steel, that's sick as fuck, and the barons offer a squad of battle-hardened veteran soldiers. Think carefully, your majesty. These guards' loyalties will be divided between you and their region. Of course, you could just hire foreign mercenaries. They'd be loyal to coin above all. Well... I think I made my decision. I want the nuns. Which messes up the patrician's goal for me. And also gets me battle nuns, which is cool. Oh my god, that's awesome! The battle nuns arrive in the palace a few weeks later. They nod to you silently, their solemn steel masks betraying nothing, before filing into formation behind your throne. There should be a film about battle nuns. There should. Does Bayonetta count? She dressed up as a nun once. Your Majesty, there is a petitioner here to see you today. We're not exactly sure where she's from. You'll see soon enough, Your Majesty. Oh, it's this lady again! Greetings, Your Majesty. My name is Oraid. I have a proposition for you. I am but a humble ship's captain, one of great renown, but that was a different time. Three ships are docked in a harbor to the west. Their holds are packed to the gills with muskets and gunpowder. They each boast a full battery of cannons. They're all yours in return for a small favor. Muskets? The small furry animals? Muskets are powerful weapons, Your Majesty. The secrets of their manufacture are known only in the Republic of Kurth. What would I do with muskets? Outfit your armies with them, Your Majesty. They're powerful weapons, enough to give you an edge over your enemies. And what is this favor? I only wish to stay in this kingdom with your blessing and protection. I can show your soldiers how to use the weapons, of course, to avoid any accidents. Alright, what did you do? I don't know what you mean, Your Majesty. I simply wish to keep my dealings private. You will forgive me, I hope. Alright, voting time. A mysterious foreigner is requesting asylum in exchange for boats full of rare gunpowder weapons. What should be done? A. Provide safe harbor for Oraid in exchange for muskets. B. Reject Oraid's offer and send her away. C. Confiscate the weapons and take Oraid prisoner. You can't vote for C. A or B? I'm not gonna let you lower my stability. If anyone's lowering my stability, it's me by printing 10,000 coins with my face on them. I'm a tyrant. Yeah? What are you gonna do about it? Ooh, a tie. Well, we've already seen B, so I'll pick A. Oraid and her weapons must prove most useful in the coming months. She and her crew train your officers as promised. Everyone's gone up too! Oraid demonstrates by puncturing a metal breastplate at 500 yards. The council clearly made the right decision. Or did we? Excellent news from the coast, Your August Majesty. Prospectors have discovered deposits of silver on my land. Mining will begin. Wait. Brandy Esperaticat weighs in ancient parchment. The silver belongs to me. The deposit is on our side of the border, and this scroll proves it. This could get nasty, Your Majesty. The border between the coast and the south has always been highly contested. Which noble should benefit from the silver deposits? A. The coast owns the silver. They claimed it first. B. The south is entitled to the land. They have some paper that says so. C. Both regions must share the silver deposit. Vote! You did get a cool hairstyle. It looks like that vote didn't take up. Oh! Yeah. Try voting again, Oplobby. I think you jumped the gun. The All y'all believe that piece of paper? Oh my god. It's written in ink. It is written, only Aspera shall have silver. Very well, your esteemed highness. Defiance is now grumbling. Race patrician Defiance funny. It sure is. Alright, we're gonna auction today. So everybody has a flat 1,000 gold. We can vote on an aqueduct, which will raise farming for the barons. A library, which will raise stability, smiles. C is a prison that will lower stability. D is a stadium, which will raise the military for the grandees and the awesome nuns. I gotta hit the button, Noploppy. E is a monument, which will raise authority. And F is a thieves guild, which will lower trade. So, let's go. Fight, fight, fight. 612? One! The strategy. Not the prison. There you go, there's the rest of that 99. Oh no, wait, you didn't pick a thing. Gotta pick a letter, too. There you go. Oh, well, now there needs to be a space between fund and the letter. Okay. You got the library and the prison, so stability evens out at 4. Thank you for your contributions. Finding a spouse. In the twisty passages of your castle, you can avoid your advisors, the nobles, even the spy master. There's one person you can't avoid. I always have trouble when I try to type A's because it's like near my space bar or something. It like messes up, at least when I'm on mobile. Your mother. Why haven't you found a spouse yet? It's been almost a year. I've been busy. You better find the time. Don't worry, I'll take the liberty of finding eligible candidates. What is your preference? Men? Women? Or do you not mind? Women. Excellent. I'll send out messengers to the most influential noble families in the kingdom. Let's see what they have to offer. The Kurth captain that you allowed to stay in the capital, the one who traded those weapons, she has been the cause of some concern. Nobles have complained that she has been rude and confrontational. She does not know royal etiquette after all. Worse, some suspect her of being a Kurth spy. Very well, I'll have a word. You find Oraid pacing the halls, far from her assigned chambers. Oh man, I could have made them mad. Oh well. What are you doing out of your room? Thinking. Is that a crime? It doesn't matter. I just have a lot to ponder. I'm the queen. Surely I can do something. She studies you for a moment, then shakes her head. I appreciate the offer, Your Majesty, but I must deal with this myself. Please excuse me. She walks away without another word, leaving you to ponder her secrets. I'm in danger! I think. Your Majesty, you recall the silver deposits between the coast and the south? Our miners followed a rich vein and broke into a series of small caverns lined with smooth silver. What's more, there are tunnels leading to the surface. The surface of the coast, Your Serene Highness. This is according to the so-called official documents provided by thebakkat. The mine is ours. Murmurs rise among the council. Should noble patrician Funfetti Phantom be allowed the silver after all? A. The patricians can also mine from the deposit, which will raise defiance among the grandees, but raise trade. B. These official documents must be investigated. C. The decision has already been made. Leave this alone. Well, I don't want my stability to go down more. Girls, gender neutral. Tyrant. Come on! I have to hold on to it. I need it. Oh my god, it's a tie. I get to pick! Wow. I can't be a tyrant and want people to like me. I can damn well try. Well, both of these are going to make the grandees mad at me, but one of them will raise trade, so I'm gonna do that. As the two groups converge on the border claim, coastal and southern miners squabble like rowdy schoolchildren. Trade is now opulent. Defiance is now cordial. End season! In a picturesque castle overlooking the southern city of Mayrona, two grandees are lying back and enjoying the sun. The city may look peaceful, but underneath it's nothing but discontent. All across the kingdom, peasants are sharpening their cutlery and barricading their shacks. They know a storm is coming, and who better to blame but the queen herself? Exactly. The commoners are afraid, and it's time for them to find their faith. For the next stage of their scheme, the grandees must raise all regions' faith to a combined total of at least 12 in 4 seasons. Uh-oh. The combined total is currently 18. Anchored a few miles from the sunny coast, noble patrician Funfetti Phantom has invited their closest confidants aboard their yacht. What an utter disaster of a year! Not only are we clashing with the queen on a daily basis, our relationship is the worst in the entire kingdom. The spy master will never trust us at this rate. How goes the search for the lookalike? Not well. The best I found is a peasant with a wrong-shaped nose, the wrong-colored eyes, and a wooden leg. Don't let that discourage you. Keep searching. Our doppelganger is out there. I'm sure of it. You have a yacht? All of the patricians are like super rich. The patricians' aim is to be the region with the lowest defiance. The grandees dig up buried treasure worth 500 wealth in the desert. The other nobles gain 200 wealth. I'll just do a flat tax, I think. Let's get me a spouse. I have found 3 potential matches for you. One eligible young woman from each of the kingdom's 3 regions. Choose wisely. You'll be securing a powerful alliance. Yes, I know. Your mother leads to the great hall where she's arranged 3 portraits on easels. For now, each is covered by a cloth. Wait, I don't even get to meet them? There's no time for sentiment. You just need a match that befits your station and suits your political needs. She whisks away the cloth from the first portrait. From the coast, we have Camilla, the wealthy heiress to noble patrician Funfetti Phantom's estate. She wasn't originally the heiress, but her elder sister had an unfortunate accident. She's increased her fortune by selling potions and tinctures to the masses, makes them herself, and apparently she has a dark side, though I don't know much more about that. Could be worse, but could be a lot better. From the south, Andona, the eldest daughter of the Oploppy 1234 lineage. She's reputed to have an ego the size of the sun, but there's nothing wrong with confidence, right? Like many in the south, she claims to put her faith in the ninth god above all worldly concerns. She's tried her hand at a number of ventures, but they all seem to end in disaster. Not bad at all. And finally, we have the Marches offering Johanna. Would this be Johanna or Johanna? Johanna, scion of the prestigious The Gaming-born bloodline. A timid woman. Not the kind that does well in the march, bless her. Perhaps the palace will suit her better. Unlike most barons, she's got no patience for hunting. Prefers to spend her time in an armchair with a good book. She tried to write a memoir once, but it was unreadable rubbish. Sounds like a laugh. I like her. I've made my decision. I can't pronounce her name. No silver. Noble Patrician Funfetti Phantom and Grandee Esperata Cat arrive in the council chamber side by side. This is the third week in a row with no silver. Why are the miners spending all their time playing this rock ball sport anyway? By all that glitters, it was your miners who invented rock ball. I can't help that coastal workers are competitive. It's a disaster. Even the miners who haven't broken their arms aren't getting any mining done. What should be done about rock ball getting in the way of mining? A. Build a fence to divide the mining camps. B. Ban rock ball. This has a 60% chance of working based on my authority. C. Hosts an official rock ball tournament, which has a 40% chance of working. Good lord. Yeah, I bet. Watch it work. Oh, Jem's flag is a little crab. How cute. Okay, I don't think another vote is gonna change this. It failed. The first annual Rock Ball Cup is an unmitigated disaster. Previously a mishmash of undocumented and ever-changing rules, arguments about what Rock Ball actually is turn into bloody brawls. In the end, both patricians and grandees are forced to withdraw from the mine altogether before the conflict escalates further. Yippee! Anyway, the bounty hunters? Your Majesty, these good folk are bounty hunters, representing the Republic of Kurth, they say. Queen Cat, we greet you humbly. How may I help you? We are searching for someone, a fugitive, you might say. Last we heard, she went by the name Orid. What kind of fugitive is she? I don't care if my group wins anymore, my single goal is to bully the patricians. They are very bullyable, I will admit. The ships under her command are property of the Republic of Kurth, as is their cargo. I am afraid she is under my protection. As we feared. Still, perhaps we can work out a deal. The Grand Pensionary of Kurth is offering a large bounty for the return of this woman. We're sure that an esteemed queen such as yourself would not risk drawing Kurth's ire. As proof of our goodwill, we will even allow you to keep the firearms that were stolen. What should we do? A. Hand Orid over to them. B. Refuse the bounty hunter's offer. C. Discreetly pay the hunters to take somebody else. Vote! I've never seen what happens here. Oh my god. Just on the off chance one of us dies. Good lord. Okay. I hope this works. The bounty hunters do not take long to consider your offer. They return to Kurth with the head of a nameless prisoner. You hope officials back in the Republic will be none the wiser. Vol C. Like the mouse? Alright, end season. Deep in the forests of the March, Baron Sleepy Sprout's ECZ has gone boar hunting with a few of his close friends. Given the recent turmoil, the council is calling for the Queen's inner circle to resign. But we need to increase the pressure. If the Queen's in a weak enough position, she's got no choice but to bow to our demands. No more interfering spy master. No more marshal or chancellor or treasurer. A whole new inner circle, all made up of barons. You got a 6-2. Got those luscious waves. For the next stage of their scheme, the barons must lower authority to 4 or less in 3 seasons. I'm kinda hot. Damn, we look good. Yeah, all the player avatars are like really hot. Ooh, I like this call for unity one. +1 stability if more than 50% of nobles vote for any one option. But they would have to want stability too. Could come in handy. The royal wedding. I love love. Your wedding to Johanna is naturally the talk of the kingdom. Nobles and peasants alike travel from across the realm to attend. Not gonna lie, I missed what our characters were saying because I was admiring our avatars. So, you want to get authority to 4 or less. You're trying to infiltrate my inner circle and replace all of the people who surround me, like the spy master and whatnot, with barons, so that I basically am at your behest. It feels like you're the only one not taking part. Instead, you're getting ready for the ceremony. Soon enough, you're standing in St. Bertrand's Cathedral with Johanna at your side. Okay, so nothing new. Excellent. Do you take this woman as your lawfully wedded wife? Yes. Then I pronounce you queen and wife. Yay! After the wedding, of course, is a feast, and after the feast is a dance. Your new wife, Johanna, turns bright red every time a toast is called in her honor. Aw, that's cute! That's nice. Stability is now stable. By the time you find yourself alone with Johanna, it's past midnight and you've never felt more tired. Hello. Hello. Nice weather for it. The wedding, I mean. Both lapse in a strained silence. Johanna gulps back her wine. I can see you need some space right now. I think that would be good. Thank you. Sorry. No, Riz. You head back to the spare bedchamber, leaving Johanna alone. She will open up to you eventually, right? God, I hope so. Rogue Golem. A rogue golem has crossed into our territory over the Ashmedian border, Your Highness. This could be an exciting opportunity. What's a golem? A machine in the shape of a man, usually sculpted from clay or stone. The Ashmedians use them for drudge work and warfare. Why did it cross over here? It was instructed to dig a trench, but eventually evidently not told when to stop. It had dug a 16-mile furrow through the landscape and over the border by the time we stopped it. Please, my liege, this is our chance to figure out how this golem magic works. We could even turn it against Ashmead. It's got the tism. Your Majesty, the barons would drown their own grandmothers to gain an advantage over Ashmead, or over the patricians and grandees. Golems are an offense to the ninth god, and they're dangerous. We should destroy it before it gets out of control. Real quick, I actually saw somebody, like, raise this point in the discussion for, the game, and they addressed it in a really cool way, and I'm gonna find it. Because I knew golems were in this game. I guess it was in the reviews. If I go to the shop page, maybe? Can I search reviews? Okay, well, I guess I'll do this later. I'll post it in the Discord. They actually, like went, like, they're like, hey, listen. Or somebody, like, raised the point, like, hey, you shouldn't make golems, like, an enemy thing. But, like, exactly, like, we, as the player, I think should be dubious of the ninth god to begin with. Like, how this archbishop feels about the golem, we know is wrong. Like, and the team wanted to, like, adhere to the lore of golems, like the traditional Jewish lore of golems. And, like, this is for the player to be like, hey, that's fucked up, Mr. Archbishop. So I think they did okay with this, but I will find the original post because I was looking at reviews, I think, on my phone, which is where I saw that originally. And I'll find it for you guys because I wanted to, like, share it. Anyway. What should we do with it? It is weird still. I won't lie about that. What should we do with it? A, use it as a source of labor, which is a 50% chance of working. B, add it to the Marcher army, which is a 60% chance of working. C, take it apart and figure out its secrets, which has a 60% chance of working based on trade. Or D, destroy it, which I'm actually going to veto because I don't like that idea. Alright, now you can vote. Oploppy, you'll probably have to submit your vote again. There you go. Oh, it looks like you were too fast again. Try now. Okay. I don't think it should be destroyed. That's just me coming in and being, no, can't do that. A capital idea. We'll hook it up to a mill, tell it to keep cranking a handle, and hey, presto. Endless bread. Faith is now dutiful. At first, all goes well. The golem works tirelessly, grinding flour day and night. But then, uh-oh. Terrible news, my liege. Poor Vulcan Chicks was expecting the new golem when it went mad. Completely mad. It seemed to think Vulcan Chicks was a bag of flour. It picked them up, put them in the mill, and made bread out of them. Baron Vulcan Chicks has died. Vulcan Chicks 2 has joined the council. Then it went on a rampage, pulling up farmland and massacring peasants across the march. Please don't eat my bread. Farming is now needful, and stability is now teetering. Our soldiers were able to destroy it eventually, but it killed many of them too. The damage is irreversible. Hooray! I suppose we deserve that. Where's the other thingy? Oh, here it is. This simply can't go on, Your Majesty. At least we got some instability out of it. You aren't trying to make me unstable anymore. You're trying to reduce my authority. But sure. I guess taking me down to 0 would also do it. This simply can't go on, Your Majesty. These archboffins think they know everything, but they know nothing of the Ninth God's wrath. Please, Your Majesty. We found a perfect site for an observatory high in the southern hills, but it's on Grandy Esperatacat's land and she refuses to let us build there. Such things are heresy. The stars are just as big and close as the Ninth God intended. Who put you up to this idea, I bet it was one of those barons, like the Gaming Born. What should we do? A. Construct the observatory. This is an 80% chance of working based on my authority. B. Find a different site for the observatory. C. Forbid the destruction of the observatory, which will raise faith and lower defiance. D. Forbid construction and investigate the scholars' funding. I don't know why that would be a thing, but okay. Vote! Like, I don't know why we would want to do that. Alright, now it can't be 1 for anyone but A. Oh, it didn't work. Construction goes ahead despite Grandy Esperatacat's misgivings, which are soon validated. A gang of local peasants, emboldened by religious zeal, storm the observatory and burn it down before it's even finished. Esperatacat's inability to find the perpetrators is very convenient, but you can't prove anything. Haha. End season. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go on a quick ad break. Gonna be 3 more minutes. Yeah, you lowered stability again. Great, thanks. I'll see you in a bit. Alright. Welcome back. Let's get back into it. There's a bard. I love bards. Bards are my favorite thing. Your Majesty, a traveling bard. She says she has come to compose a song for you. Sally Six Fingers. Not just any bard, Your Highness. The best in all the land. Sally Six Fingers, they call me. A song, you say? About me? Why, of course. In fact, I have the tune and verse all but ready. I have saved my best work for you, my queen. All I require is a subject. What should I tell the masses of you? What would you like to inspire? Teach them to love me. What'd she do with those fingers? I will do so, Your Highness. Absolutely. Give me but a few weeks and everyone within the Crown Lands will know of your benevolence. Pray, I need only but a small payment of 500 gold for the time, and a discounted rate for one as esteemed as yourself. You deserve that more than that. What about 1,000? Oh, thank you, Your Majesty. I suppose I'm not going to see the results of that until she's done. She hurries out of the throne room to do your bidding. Come on! Unfortunately, Sally is a better salesperson than songwriter. She composes the song, yes, but it fails to capture the hearts of your people. You have her perform it for you, but it's abysmal. Nothing rhymes, there's no rhythm, and she doesn't even pronounce your name correctly. How hard is that? There's one syllable. Awesome. My liege, this is an outrage. I demand justice. Last week, noble patrician Emigami shook my hand as a supposed show of reconciliation and stole my family's lucky ring in the process. By all that glitters, nonsense! Rummage through your drawers and I'm sure you'll find the thing. Man, maybe she ought to do something else with those fingers. My liege, a feud has stood between our families for centuries. Emigami's ancestor left my ancestor penniless after a cutthroat dice game. Please, being a bad gambler is hardly a grievance. Enough. I know Emigami stole my priceless ring. It brings the march great luck and bounty, and my dear cousin is to wear it when they marry. What should we do? A. Send the chancellor to the coast to investigate. B. Arrest noble patrician Emigami immediately. C. Leave the squabbling nobles to deal with the situation themselves. We're not doing this one. Sorry. A or B? I can't arrest my friend. Then pick A. Vulcan Chicks 2. I'm sorry you got made into bread, babe. Two more votes. Wait. Okay, now it's not doable. Okay, A. Sleepy Sprout ZZZ thanks you profusely, but the patricians are furious that the accusations are being taken seriously. You order the Chancellor to search Emigami's home for this special ring. Goodness, me? I do enjoy tales about such mysteries. I shall do my best. Okay, Your Majesty. A baron by the name of Vulcan Chicks 2 wants to present you with a new invention. Your Highness, we are entering a modern age, a more humane age, yet botched executions are commonplace. Decapitations where the head doesn't come off, or hangings where it does. No more. Behold, a merciful machine for removing heads quickly and painlessly. I call it the Vulcan Chicks. They squish away a cloth to reveal a huge machine of iron and wood. It has a hole for someone to place their head and a heavy blade dangling ominously above it. The sight sends a chill down your spine. You want to name this horrible thing after yourself? Why not? This is a machine of mercy. With a little funding, Your Majesty, I can distribute the Vulcan Chicks across the kingdom. Fine, but we are not calling it the Vulcan Chicks. Very well. I suppose we can call it the Decapitator. Should the council provide funding for the Decapitator? Fund a nationwide rollout. Test it on Baron Vulcan Chicks 2 themselves! Ban this horrid contraption. Listen. God. Come on, this is fucked. Vote B. It's adverse to our goal, but it must be done. Your fingers are just too fast, Oploppy. Why did you vote B? Jem, that's you! Hello? Well, now that we have 4 votes, it doesn't matter. Maybe they got a really strong neck. Ba-ba. What? No, I just wanted to help people. Hi, Wellfologist. Welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoy your time here. Baron Vulcan Chicks 2 is dragged to the Decapitator by your watch captain, and their head is forced into the hole. No, please! Shit. Baron Vulcan Chicks 2 has died. Vulcan Chicks 3 has joined the council. Stability is now turbulent. Wow, that is helpful. With the value of the Decapitator now proven, you take money from Baron Vulcan Chicks 2's estate to fund the rollout across the kingdom. Soon, you're chopping through the backlog of condemned prisoners with unprecedented speed and unprecedented mercy. End season. Okay. I take your money, you're not using it. You paid for the rollout. You're not using that money. Okay, so we got an aqueduct that will increase farming. B, a theater that will decrease my authority. Frowny face. C, a cathedral that will raise faith. D, a monument, which will increase my authority. E, an observatory, which will lower faith. Keep in mind that the grandees have achieved their goal of raising faith, so consider that. F is a stadium that will lower military. Alright. Go! We are well over our goal. I know, but I can say stuff. I can suggest things. Look, it was a short run, and if my successor was gonna show up and immediately drop that stinker, it was a necessary evil. Fair enough. Right now, the stadium and the cathedral are winning. B, Maidens, the Gaming Born, and Aspera all have at least a K to donate to the cause of their choice. Never mind, time is up. We got the stadium and the theater. Fuck me. No, well, my authority's gone down. About your heir. Your marriage to... Oh, but I like her, though. Come on. Oh, you get along well enough, but you've made good memories together. But there's no spark. She cares more about her stupid books than your happiness. But sparks or no sparks, you still need an heir. Congratulations are in order. The royal wedding was a magnificent affair. I'm very happy, thank you. Your happiness isn't as important as fulfilling your duty to the kingdom. But I'm glad you found a way to have both. Do any of these marriages go well? I think, like, maybe depending on what I say on the first day, they might be more into me. I didn't think I was being dismissive, though. I was like, hey, you seem stressed out. I should give you some space. I thought I was being nice. You've done well so far, but something's still missing. An heir. You need someone young whose loyalty is assured, a child of yours who would do the trick, even if they're a bastard, or the youngest of your many cousins. My wife and I will have a child together. We're gonna make this work. Kids fix everything. Okay. Panic in the council. Ooh, Welfologist is fancy schmancy too. I like your hair. Your Highness, I bring bad news from the march. We are receiving reports of... I'm sure your news can wait. I bring urgent tidings from the south that demand the Queen's attention at once. Wait your turn, you ignorant dolt. Why don't you settle your quarrel outside? Meanwhile, I have news from the coast that really is urgent. God, you're all giving me a headache. Order in the march has broken down, Your Majesty. Some battalions have killed their own officers and begun roving the wilderness, acting like common bandits. Is that all? By the 9th, the cities of the south are being consumed with riots on a daily basis. Our citizens want to overthrow the Queen and elect a more competent ruler. Laughing because you're so not in a kid making IRL, but you've gone instantly to it every time. I feel like adopting a random child will cause, like, everyone to rebel. Like, I'm doing it for, like, whatever, stability I can get, I guess. I don't know. My news is worse still. The industries of the coast are in grave danger. The workers are striking, and they demand fewer hours and higher pay. That's not bad. All these problems have arisen because the kingdom is increasingly unstable, Your Majesty. Something must be done. What do you suggest? Unfortunately, enjoying in fiction doesn't relate to IRL. Unfortunately, we lack the resources to tackle all these problems at once. We must vote on which manner to prioritize. What do we want to prioritize, everybody? Hunt down the outlaws and deserters in the march? Restore order in the cities of the south? Or break up the strikes along the coast? I'm gonna make a call for unity. If more than half of you can vote on the same thing, I get more stability. Vote. Because I'm gonna get more stability anyway. May double up. May as well double up. B kind of looks like a good option. Because it lowers faith. I don't know in who, though. Oh, the south. Oh shit, we have 9 people now. Yes! You send in your troops to break the strikes. After the resulting riots have died down, the strikers reluctantly get back to work. Patricians are satisfied that you've enforced order. More and more workers abandon the coast altogether, seeking employment in other regions. The crisis on the coast has been quashed, making the kingdom as a whole slightly more stable. The nobles of other regions feel that you're ignoring their problems. Oh crap, that helped the patricians. Dang it! Your Majesty, I found Baron Sleepy Sprout ZZZ's ring, but the situation is delicate. Noble Patrician Emigami's cousin has it, because Sleepy Sprout ZZZ's cousin used it to propose to them. My guardian Emigami doesn't understand true love. My dear Elka and I are meant to be together, feud or no. All we want is a quiet life, a little garden, a flock of geese, 20 acres of land or so. No one knows about this romance yet, but tensions are high. Both regions are using the feud to fuel a full-on rivalry between barons and patricians. Perhaps I'm soft-hearted, but I can't help feeling for this young couple. Is there a way we could resolve this peacefully? Publicly bless the couple's union. Oh, cheers, Your Highness. You formally bless the upcoming marriage of Elka and Casso. Both barons and patricians are outraged, claiming that you've disrespected their centuries-long feuding tradition. As wedding preparations begin, the story of the love-struck couple catches the imagination of the Marcher peasants, who work together to make a huge cornucopia as a wedding gift. Hooray! Got my ring, though. Don't worry about it. Somewhere in the march, Baron Sleepy Sprout ZZZ sits at his banquet, gnawing on a greasy chicken leg. He and his fellow plotters discuss their scheme between mouthfuls. The council demanded a shake-up, but the queen resists all calls to replace her advisors. There's little we can do while the queen holds out, but something tells me her position is not as strong as she thinks. The baron's aim is to lower authority to 4 or less. Deep in the south, a group of grandees watch silently as blindfolded grandee Oploppy 1234 tries to stab a portrait of Queen Cat with a wooden stake. Hey man, that's not nice. We did this at my granddaughter's 4th birthday, with a drawing of a pig. Finally, Grandee Oploppy 1234 hits her mark, and a cheer erupts in the secluded villa. Friends, honored guests, people of the faith, the 9th god has spoken. Now begins the final stage of our plan, excommunication. Only one question remains. For which sin will the Archbishop excommunicate the Queen? A. For tyranny and abuse of power, the oppressive rule of a dictator. Goal, raise authority. B. For greed and avarice, hoarding monies that could be used to improve the peasant's lot. Goal, raise treasury. And only grandees can vote. So that is Oploppy, Esperata and B. Oh my god. Jesus! It shall be done. We must now ensure the queen is seen as a tyrant. For the final stage of their scheme, the grandees must raise authority to at least 8. The patricians find a reef of pearl-bearing clams, making 500 wealth. Other nobles gain 200 wealth. Well, I'm gonna do a common tax. Good night, Aspera. Oh god. Both the barons and the patricians can rebel. But it's risky, don't forget it's risky. An untimely death. Who died? Oh shit. Murder! My parent, Baron Welfologist, has been murdered, and I know who did it. Baron Welfologist has died. Welfologist too has joined the council. It was Grandee Oploppy 1234 by the 9th. Don't let her deny it. Has a rebellion been tried yet? No. I won't deny that I killed the venerable Baron Welfologist. But it was no murder. Welfologist agreed to an honorable duel, which I won. Great God, it was no duel. It was a cold-blooded killing. I did it because funny. What reason would my parent possibly have to duel you in the first place? The reason for any duel is between the challenger and the challengee, a private matter not fit for this council. What is the council's response to the accusations that Oploppy1234 is a murderer? A. Hold a trial for Grandee Oploppy1234. C. This Grandee is a danger to all. Imprison her. C. The spymaster should investigate to find evidence of this claim. D. A duel is a duel. Let the accused go free. Vote! I don't really have an opinion here. Yeah, you would vote D, wouldn't you? A duel's a duel. Okay. D. Bye-bye. Oh, Jesus. You would let a murderer walk loose? Even after she admitted it right in this council chamber? Great God. I'm glad the council respects the duelist code. Once agreed upon, a duel cannot be rescinded. Thank you for preserving our southern traditions, Your Highness. You have to vote to rebel, by the way. Your Majesty, that couple from the March and the Coast are here to speak to the council. Oh, my liege! You've brought us so much joy. I can't believe I finally get to be with my dear Casso. But it's not all good. We wanted to get married and start a farm together. Enjoy some peace and quiet for a change. All we need is each other. And a few adorable animals. And the wedding would be tiny. 300-400 people at most. But of course, Sleepy Sprout, ZZZ, and Ebigami refuse to give us anything. Please, Your Majesty, help us just once more. Should Sleepy Sprout, ZZZ, and Ebigami help the lovers live out their farming dreams? Sleepy Sprout, ZZZ should give the couple some marcher land. Emigami should give the couple some land from the coast. The couple should forge their own path in the south. We have fairly high military. No! This farm ideal is silly. All for unity. Unity, peace. I don't know if you can do it now. I think I have to be on the map. Now I'm scared. We've never had this happen before. I've always been good. From your friend Emigami, who you're fighting with. Okay, I know Espera went to sleep. So I think this is how it is going to be. Yeah. Gaming Baron hasn't been present for a bit, I don't think. Oh god. When Sleepy Sprout ZZZ realizes that the council's decision is final, he grudgingly hosts the wedding in his fortress and hands over the desired 30 acres as a gift. The wedding itself is a modest affair for nobility, but Elga and Casso don't mind. They only have eyes for each other. Bards soon seize on the story, making it more and more dramatic in every telling and praising Sleepy Sprout ZZZs. For eventually coming round, the story puts the barons at an advantage at the negotiating table. As for the couple, they live happily enough on Sleepy Sprout ZZZ's land, with the help of the lucky ring. Elka cultivates a flock of sheep who follow them devotedly wherever they go. You need 2 votes. No! Rebels next season. If Defiance is above authority and stability. Okay, well, I have to, raise both of those now. Oh my god! Your Highness, there's been a terrible fire in the city of Serena. Where once there were buildings, there's now a field of smoldering ash. Dozens of peasants have died. What caused this fire? Filled with religious conviction, the townfolk seized a traveling wizard and attempted to burn him at the stake for practicing dark magic. He walked out of the city unharmed. The same cannot be said for those who tried to burn him. This is why you never tangle with wizards. I was hoping the council might unlock some funds from the treasury so we could rebuild. Do I look like I'm made of money? Okay. We can offer no help or find and punish the wizard responsible. Oh god. Offer no help. No. You guys are just, I pretend I do not see it. D always goes well. Yeah, punishing wizards is always a good time. Offer no help. Good God. You send word to the grandees of Serena that they will be expected to rebuild their own city without the Queen's help. They're mad, the trade is down, and their wealth is gone, and the stability went down. Ninth, preserve us. What is the point of having a queen in the first place? I don't know. Okay. Baby's first rebellion. Monarch's choice is so dumb. They're getting rid of it tomorrow. Currently oh shit. Rebellion. At long last, the barons have reached their boiling point. You were confronted in your throne room by Baron Whalephologist II, their boots stomping mud all over your nice carpet. The barons of the March are sick of your lies and tyranny. We'll give you soft city-dwelling bastards a proper kicking. We will be fighting for Yvette, the true queen. This is a formal declaration of war. The next time we see each other will be on the battlefield. One day I will see your head on a spike. There will be many heads on spikes before this war is over. Mine will not be among them. Baron Whalephologist II strides from your throne room without looking back. I didn't expect them to move so boldly, Your Majesty. What are our chances against the rebels? Well, we're badly outnumbered. Your hopes are slim. How did things get this bad? The leader of the rebellion is Baron Sleepy Sprout ZZZ. As reason for the uprising, he's citing your past transgressions, mainly your unjustified execution of Baron Volkenchix II to test out the decapitator. Is it too late to apologize? The decapitation you voted for. It is. Now's the time for swords, not words. So this is it? Civil war? That's right, Your Majesty. The kingdom is divided. There will be a lot of death and suffering before this is all over. I can't wait! I'll go dig out the trebuchets. Opening strike. My dear patricians of the coast, thank you for joining us in our righteous war against the tyrant Queen Cat. Yes, you have our support. We're hoping that you do most of the actual fighting, though. Ha, not likely. You've committed now, my friends, and you must decide where to direct your opening strike. We can launch a preemptive strike against the Grandees to cripple their military capabilities. If we suspect the Grandees may join our cause, we can call them to war. They'll be more likely to join us if the Queen's authority is low. You can also call upon the Church to condemn the Queen, or finally, you could send off an assassin to nip this in the bud. Patricians, it is time for you to vote. What should your opening move be in the rebellion? You can either launch a preemptive strike on the Grandees, 40% chance of success, call upon the Grandees to join your cause, 60% chance of success, petition for the support of the Church, 50% chance of success, or send an assassin after me, which is going to cost you 750 gold. So that would be Graves and Emily. You're very outnumbered, I'm very sorry. But at the very least, some folks have gone to bed. Okay, call upon the grandees. You didn't do it. Patricians attempt to smuggle a secret message to the grandees, but your watch intercepted and bring it to you. You scan the letter, muttering under your breath at the audacity of the rebels to court your loyal grandees. Absolute poppycock. You read the message aloud at the next council session in a mocking voice. The grandees laugh uproariously, especially after you shoot them a particularly stern glare. Of course I know. Ah, cock. You must have noticed the grandees aren't happy, Your Majesty. The rebels have numbers on their side. If the South joins the rebellion, all will be lost. It's high time you ask the grandees directly what they need. I'll do it. Where would I be without you? There's a hint of a smile, and then it's gone. When you call the council, the grandees whisper amongst themselves, glancing in your direction. I trust this session will be a productive one, Your Majesty. The last few have been very long. Damn your eyes, I can't believe you're bellyaching. There's a war on. You're not the ones out on the field, are you? I just hope we all can have a productive time. Okay, what should we do? Ignore the situation entirely. The Queen has other things to do. Appoint some grandees as military advisors, which has a 60% chance of success. Or provide funds to help the southern farmers, which will increase their farming, their military, and lower defiance. We can't do the D. We can't do the D, because we don't have any money. We have enough money to pay for C, though. This is like the Australian war against the emu, except we'll win. Am I the emus? Oh, yeah, you guys can't vote. You know why? Because you're rebelling. Sorry. Maybe you should have thought about that. You have the treasurer arrange the funds, and after a few weeks she comes to see you regarding the southern farms. I'm pleased to say the crops are thriving in the south, Your Majesty. An army marches on its stomach, and the troops now march in step with confidence. Perhaps more importantly, the grandees are praising your generosity. You can only hope their good mood lasts. Okay. I think we'll be fine, because my heir is here. I have a baby now. Your quest for an heir is finally complete. The assembled nobles break out in a polite applause. Stab the baby! If I slip in my ballot real quiet, like maybe they'll get counted anyway. What is her name? Cat 2. You're wonderful, Your Highness. I'm sure little Cat 2 will grow up to be a chip off the old block. Vast armies darken the landscape like shadows of clouds. Flags are flying, drums are pounding in rhythm with the marching of the boots. The kingdom is gripped with civil war. Shishka, baby! At least that's what you imagine. Most of your time is spent in the safety of your palace, poring over a giant map with your marshal. Your Majesty, the Army of the March is trying to link up with the Army of the Coast. If we take them both on at once, we're in real trouble. Our only hope is the grandees. Against both armies at once, they'd be outnumbered, but perhaps they can take one of the rebel armies by surprise before the two join forces. We have no choice but to strike one or the other before it's too late. What are your orders, Your Majesty? Go for the patricians first. Very well, Your Majesty. I'll relay your orders to the commander in the field. Hopefully they do as they're told. God knows treachery can thrive on a battlefield. Hey, Grandies. Time to vote. A. Are you gonna follow the orders and send the Southern Army to fight the patricians? B. Defy orders and send the Southern Army to fight the barons? Or C. Hang back and let the rebels march on the capital without a challenge? Come on, man. Come on, man! I don't know why it didn't count your vote up, Lobby. But I guess it's still counted, because... Yeah, there it is. The whole city holds its breath. You stew in your palace, waiting anxiously for your marshal's return. Finally, she bursts into your throne room. Those damned cowards! Cravens! Treacherous, yellow-bellied, lily-livered, chicken-hearted bastards! Marshal, report. Instead of engaging the enemy, the Grandees told their army to just hang back, do nothing. Graves chat shows my messages as having weird Unicode question mark characters at the end when I type it too fast. That's really weird. To me, they all look the same. Well, the rebels gained 3 victory points. I think it's like a non-breaking space that my laptop shoves in there for no reason. That's strange, though. They sat pretty in their camp and scratched their arses while the entire Marcher army walked on by. I'll have their heads for this. If you win, which now looks less likely. We're defenseless now, Your Majesty. The armies of the barons and the patricians will be camped outside the city walls in a matter of weeks. If we want to see the year's end, we must build up fortifications, stockpile food, train up a citizens' militia. It's time to pray to the Ninth, Your Majesty, because apart from him, we're on our own. Along the march's border, countless boots churn the ground to mud. Marching songs fill the air. The Baron's troops are gathering in vast numbers. Huzzah! Look at them all! What are we waiting for, eh? Let's come down on the capital like hell itself. I'm as eager to spill blood as anyone, my friend, but we can't commit too early. We must strike with all our might. And on that subject, I've considered several proposals to further bolster our army for the trials ahead. Okay, barons. It's time for you to vote. Your faith is too low for option C, so you can hire mercenaries from the Ashmedian Empire, conscript a mass of peasant levies, or D, the existing Marcher army will be enough. So that is Welfologist 2, Sleepy Sprout, and Gem. Okay. That's a majority vote. We can take a hit to those geese. Vote B. Ugh, are we really hiring Ashmedians to do our fighting for us? I feel dirty. Military is now terrifying. Me too, but we have no choice. This is the price of victory. When the Ashmedian mercenaries arrive in the march, it becomes apparent how different their customs are from the locals. They pray to Kaldovaga, the machine god, in an attempt to remind him that the world exists. They claim their swords are alive and will grow angry if sheathed for too long. They bathe every single day. But they're perfectly capable of enacting hideous violence in exchange for money, and that's all the barons need from them. End season, smile! Okay, time to fund some stuff. I wonder if you guys can vote on this. It's worth a shot. The cathedral will raise the Baron's faith. B, the observatory will lower the Baron's faith. C, the fortress will raise the Grandee's military. D, the monument will raise my authority. E, the prison will lower stability. And F, the Thieves Guild will lower patricians' trade. Go. I think you guys can vote. Those who are rebelling. I mean, if not, it just won't work. Yep. Looks like it works. Okay, looks like authority is up and stability is down. Oh shit. Okay, so the rebels is a combined thing. Okay, and they have 3 out of 5 required victory points. A deadly disease? Your Majesty, I have good and bad news. Which would you like first? The good news. I come up for a plan to weaken our enemy's forces outside the city walls. And the bad news? The plan involves a rare and highly contagious disease known as Tymian's pox. As we speak, it's working our way through the citizens inside the city. Tell me more about Tymian's pox. Tymian's pox is named after King Tymian the Short, a very tall man by all accounts. The pox, for whatever reason, causes people to grow a foot or two before they die of exhaustion. Let it never be said that physicians have no sense of humor. Regardless, it's spread by close contact to infected individuals, as well as through rats and fleas. It would be a trivial matter to spread such a disease to the traitors outside our wall. This must be against some kind of rules. The only rule that matters in war is that you win at all costs. Perhaps you could bring it to the council? If they voted in favor of the plan, they might evaluate guilt. Okay. I'm sure they'll see reason. Their lives are on the line, too. So. Should we spread the Tymian's pox to the besiegers? Try and contain and eliminate the disease, which has about a 75% chance of working? Or let the disease run rampant and focus on protecting the nobles? And only grandees can vote. Have fun! Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, Aspera went to bed, so it is a tie. And so I will decide that we let it run rampant. It's no business of yours if a few peasants die. If the disease spreads to the besiegers in the process, well, that's a bonus. As expected, the pox spreads rapidly through the city. Having utterly neglected to contain it, the death toll climbs and climbs. Unfortunately, the nobles and your palace servants are also infected. Though you would personally avoid the worst of it, nearly everyone in the city has lost someone by the end of the epidemic. Uh-oh. The one good consequence of this disaster is that it also spreads beyond your walls and kills many besiegers. At least no one can say you meant for that to happen. We got a victory point! Really pulling a Trump here. Listen! Troubling news, Your Majesty. The Treadwater River has been contaminated. We're not sure how, but the Barons got upstream of us and fouled the water. Ninth only knows with what. I'll spare you the details of what's happened to the poor souls who drunk from it. Rest assured that it's not pretty, and very deadly. The Treadwater provides water for the whole city. If this isn't solved soon, then we'll all die of thirst. I'm going to veto this option. So, we can either order the Grandees to sneak water supplies into the capital, which has a 60% chance of working, or keep the safe drinking water for the nobles and the army. I am actually, like, legit terrified. But I think we can do this. You're killing me here. I have to vote now, or I have to pick. God, we need more money. Please work, please work, please work, please work, please work, please work. God damn it! By all that is holy, it will be done. Unfortunately, it won't. Smuggling water into a besieged city, as it turns out, is not as easy as smuggling grain or weapons. It's hard to carry, spills everywhere, and is difficult to transport across the country. The supplies trickle into the city, as if through a leaky old dam. It's not much, but at least it prevents water riots or mass disease. Uh-oh. You guys won. It's like... The patricians and barons march through the crown lands, pillaging and burning. The roads are heaving with refugees, and corpses clog the rivers. Now the capital is surrounded. You stand on the ramparts of your palace, staring out in dismay at the army camp stretching for miles outside city walls. Get down from there, Your Majesty, if they get lucky with the crossbow bolt. What are we supposed to do? The Grandees are still out there, Your Majesty. Yeah. They may have shirked from battle, but perhaps they'll regain their courage in time to save us. You're right, there still is hope. As you finish your sentence, an immense trebuchet hurls a 10-ton boulder toward the capital. It crashes into a nearby clock tower, smashing it to smithereens. Like I said, Your Majesty, you better get inside. Well, I can't tax you guys, so I guess I'll just tax the Grandees. Another dawn breaks. The combined armies of the patricians and the barons are sprawled outside your city walls. For the last 3 weeks, they've tried to fight their way in. The siege drags on, and your food supplies are dwindling. The streets outside your palace explode in daily riots as the citizens demand to be fed. As your marshal departs to organize the defenses, glass breaks and soldiers howl outside the palace. Your Majesty, there's a baying mob outside. They claim that you are conspiring with the invaders. Why would they think that? On account of your wife's heritage, Your Majesty. Oh, fuck off. They're demanding you lock her up in the dungeon until the siege is over. Oh my god. Don't be ridiculous. I trust my... No. Why are they acting like I can still win this? You have the points. I trust my wife. The Chancellor scuttles away, and the riot outside spreads like cracks in glass. Soon the entire city is engulfed in chaos. You sit on your throne and brood. As evening draws in, horns blast outside the city walls. Barons and the patricians are mounting a final attack. End season. God, they're really dragging this out. sun rises on a city in turmoil. The patricians and the barons began their assault last night. You've heard nothing outside but screams and howls and the clash of blades since. Half the capital is in flames. Soldiers rush back and forth, shouting panicked orders. You haven't seen your marshal since the night before. Perhaps she's already dead. Your honor guard are in the streets outside the palace, building a barricade and organizing last-ditch defenses. Vital work, but you're vulnerable without them by your side. The royal court is empty except for you, your wife, and your daughter, cradled in the arms of her nanny. Her crying is giving you a headache. We'll be all right, won't we? We'll survive this? Yeah. And you wouldn't lie to make me feel better, would you? Wait and stew. Outside, the screams and clashes get louder. Finally, your spy master appears, out of breath, her face stained by smoke and blood. They'll be here any moment, your majesty. You must saddle your horse and escape the city. I know of a secret passage. Huzzah! We're saved! Show me where to go. You follow the spy master down through a hidden trapdoor behind your throne. Johanna accompanies you, as does the nanny, still holding your daughter in her arms. The capital is lost, but you can get it back. The grandees have agreed to shelter you while you plot your revenge. At least some people are loyal. After crawling down a secret tunnel for what feels like hours, you spill out into a leafy courtyard. 4 horses are waiting. As you saddle them up, you hear a wet thud behind you, followed by the sound of something rolling across the floor. Turn around. Your spy master is lying dead on the ground. Her head is missing. Baron Sleepy Sprout ZZZ stands over the body, flanked by a dozen soldiers, his long sword stained red. Never liked her. Ideas above her station. Your nanny runs off, still clutching your daughter in her arms. At least that's a ray of hope. Even if you die now, your heir still lives. Baron Sleepy Sprout ZZZ, please have mercy. What have we ever done to you? Quiet. You have nothing to fear. I'm not here for you. Let's talk about this. What's the point in speaking to a dead woman? With a triumphant smirk, Baron Sleepy Sprout ZZZ makes a sharp gesture. The marcher soldiers step forward, crossbows at the ready. Oh my god! Next time, your majesty, don't underestimate the barons. We keep this kingdom safe from empires and from tyrants. Turn and run. You're caught before you can make 10 steps. Instead of killing you, the soldiers seize you and drag you back towards the palace. Your ordeal isn't over. Your wife is dragged off too, kicking and screaming. You never see her again. You can only hope Baron Sleepy Sprout ZZZ kept his promise, and no harm came to her. After a week rotting in your own dungeon, you're marched out onto a public platform, jeered at by thousands of peasants. Cringe under a barrage of rotten fruit and fresh dung. Yuck. Baron Sleepy Sprout ZZZ sits in the front row, grinning. The rebels have won. The capital has been taken. You are a former queen. The executioner waits silently, holding an axe bigger than you. If you have any last words, now's the time. Dies from cringe. Is it too late to abdicate? You place your head on the block. The executioner lifts his massive axe. Wait, you suddenly thought of much better last words. You turn to the executioner to tell him, but the axe is already falling. Thunk. Your head bounces into Baron Sleepy Sprout ZZZ's lap, and your reign comes to a gruesome end. Alright, vote on your successor. Do you want Yvette to take the throne? Or Alpheus? I do believe 4 is a majority. Yeah. Voting is closed. 4 nobles voted for the next monarch to be Yvette. Having lost to the rebellious barons, Queen Cat was dragged out of the palace and decapitated in the city square. As a reward for staying loyal to the queen, the top grandees were beheaded. In public, the survivors swore loyalty to the new regime, In private, they swore vengeance. The patricians joined the rebellion alongside the barons, but nobody considered them a true contender for the crown. The barons launched a rebellion that toppled the queen and devastated the kingdom. In the aftermath, no one could stop them from taking the throne. Altheus was crowned to half-hearted cheers from the traumatized common folk. Wait, I thought Yvette was crowned. What the fuck? Yeah, that's the person you voted for. It must be a boo-boo. We know who won. Okay, it's 10 o'clock. I'm sleepy. So how about we end it for tonight? We'll pick up this dynasty next week. This is really fun. I like playing it with you guys. I like narrating. Oh my gosh, thank you for the follow, Wilfologist. I appreciate that so much. Murder makes me tired. Yeah, I'm sleepy. Next week we'll pick up with more of this. But on Wednesday we're gonna be starting a new game, and the game is Banjo-Kazooie, which is a game I never owned and never played more than like a couple hours. So I'm excited. I'm gonna be playing it with the NSO N64 controller, and we're gonna have some springtime fun, some timely fun. Alrighty, let's see who we can raid. I wonder if Holly's still playing. Oh, because she stopped. Okay. Well, if we're feeling cozy, Andu is streaming ASMR for the first time. So how about we just pop in and give him a little hello. It's late at night, so it might be nice to go to sleep to that. So what do we want our raid phrase to be? I like that. I like exclamation point rebel. Let's go. Alright, have a great night. I will see you guys on Wednesday. Bye-bye.